Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and today I want to talk about another favorite film of mine, that being one of probably the best comic book-related movies ever made, and that is, of course, M. Night Shyamalan's Unbreakable, starring, of course, Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, Robin Wright, Spencer Treat Clark, among others. Those are the primary cast players, of course, but this is just a phenomenal, phenomenal movie. It has a lot of sort of emotive weight, if you will. There's a lot of gravitas and a lot of just really drawing you into the awe and wonder, the search for the extraordinary in an average world and all that kind of stuff. And it very much begins with Samuel L. Jackson's character, Elijah Price, who was born in sort of the early 60s, and he's born with this bone density disease, whereby his bones are very easily breakable. He has sort of the least extreme version of this, but it's still pretty extreme. There are like 4 levels, and the 4th level, people don't usually survive that and everything like that. I don't actually know if this is a fictional or real-world sort of, disease, bone disease, or what have you, but suffice to say, he is very depressed in his early life, and he begins seeking to find, through a passion for comic books, born through a gift by his mother of a comic book, to get him out of the house and to not let him wallow away in his disease and become closed off to the world. She'll put it out on the bench across the street from their apartment. Every time he wants another one, he can go out there and get it and everything like that. So a passion is born in him, and fascination of, wonders, awe and wonders, what the human potential can really reach beyond the dreams and hopes of the ground level world, all those kinds of things. And so he begins sort of an obsessive search to try to find somewhere along the way someone who is at the opposite end of the spectrum from him, someone with, bones of steel, a la Superman, something like that, a superhuman by all accounts. And it just so happens to coincide with Bruce Willis's character, David Dunn, who is the sole survivor of a train derailment where everyone else was, basically slain in this accident. And so these two minds, they come together, and they kind of go on this journey of back and forth. You're not sure whether there's validity to it or whether it's all just in, Elijah's mind that maybe David Dunn is this person who sits on the opposite end of the spectrum. Maybe he is as close to a superhuman being as any human being can be in all this stuff. And you're dealing with a lot of emotional, sort of familial problems as well. He's estranged from his wife, Audrey, and played by Robin Wright, of course. His son is in the mix, and his son is kind of odd and just, he loves his father, and he's blown away by the idea that Elijah puts this, sort of idea into his head that, hey, my dad could be a superhero and all this stuff, and he wants to try to get the accolades and the attention from his father, but also he wants to celebrate his father, and he actually goes to an extreme level. There's a very tense scene where he pulls out his father's gun and he's going to shoot his father to prove Elijah's point that his father cannot be harmed and all this stuff. And it's just a very intriguing story that is very multi-layered. And by the end, of course, with every M. Night Shyamalan movie, most of them in any case, there is a bit of a twist, and it's just one of those things where it grounds this movie in greatness for me, that particular twist at the end of this, because the revelations, the journey of searching for the extraordinary, the finding it to a point, and the abilities that David Dunn, who is very sort of not sure he even wants to go down this path, once he has made the decision to go along with his curiosity, the things he finds are horrifying, mystifying, wondrous, just resounding. It's an amazing, amazing film from beginning to end, and if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you stop everything you're doing right now and check it out. So, yeah, I wanted to say those words about Unbreakable, one of my all-time favorite comic book-related movies, and movies in general, really. And so, yeah, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. If you've ever seen the film, what you thought of it. Is it one of your favorites? Will you be checking it out if you haven't? Otherwise, that'll be pretty much it for me on this. Hope this video finds you well, and I'll catch you later. Peace.